How you doing, man? Alright, well, it's almost 5:30 in the morning. The sun is coming up. And it's been a long, long day. I wanted to do a lot of things. I wanted to come down to Ermita. I wanted to explore the city a little bit, and there were a lot of places that I wanted to go to, and then I wanted to go out and experience the nightlife. I hear that they had good food, good music, but I got lost. Like all good travelers, sometimes I get a little reckless. I just lose myself, and I walk, and when you combine that with a lot of video, it drains the battery on your phone, and no GPS, no Google Maps, and then you have to depend on the local population to guide you. All sent me in all different kinds of directions, which really made the experience really, towards the end, it started to become really grating and frustrating, because I think I was lost for about 3 hours. I thought that I would be able to prevent such things. I bought a battery, I had it in my pocket, but like an idiot, I forgot the cable. So after about an hour, I thought that I could figure it out without the GPS. But it started to get really frustrating, because like anyone that's been lost before, there's a sense of like very, for me, it's just a country that's overwhelming to me at this moment. I mean, my senses are stimulated in so many ways that it's hard for me to think sometimes. It's like, wow, I'm in the Philippines, and there's a river of people running around, a river of traffic, and everybody's calling out to me, and people following me, and just some other stuff that it's just really terrible. Just thinking about it. I've had women offer me their daughters, 13-year-old daughters. I think you got to take the good with the bad in any country. The one thing that I will say is that, Philippine people are totally harmless. They could be irritating, and because obviously they're poor, and they're going to try anything within their wits to get some money from you, but they would never attack you in a violent way. Whereas in LA, I couldn't go out at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I would say probably 90% of the people are going to treat me right, but I know there's a 10% that are just going to use extreme measures to get what they want, and I just don't see that in the Philippine people. I feel very safe. That's one of the incredible things about the Philippines. I just feel safe just walking at night. People are mellow, and when they drink, they get really friendly, and they don't get violent. And I'm sure I haven't met, those type of Filipinos. I'm sure they're out there, but for the most part, I've had a great experience. So, anyways, I went out today, and my plan was to go out to Rizal Park and shoot video. And halfway, when I was doing that, I noticed that my battery was draining, and I didn't have a cable, and I just was stubborn. I didn't want to pay for a cable, so I go, okay, that's fine. I don't need to chronicle everything. I like to go out and just really experience it and take it in. And from there, I went walking to Intramuros, which is the old fort that the Spanish held for about 300 years. And actually, more than 300 years. I'm not really sure, but it was a long, long time. Um, so I was walking around there, and I was just really taken in by the buildings. And there happened to be a Starbucks there. I stopped, drink a cold water and stuff. And I thought I knew, where I was going, but I think I mistook. I thought I was going south, back to where my hotel was, because I wanted to go home, rest up a little bit. That way I can go out at night. And I just kept on walking, walking. I go, this doesn't seem familiar to me. It just doesn't seem to be like the same city. And everything started to get really strange. I ran into certain parts of the city that were just flooded with people, vendors, people screaming, traffic. And traffic signals don't mean anything in the Philippines. You just cross and get around cars, and they'll try to be careful, and the pedestrians try to be careful, but it's really a crazy scene. So on top of that, I'm just sweating my ass off because I'm just not used to this humid weather. I think the humidity factor was pretty high. It wasn't hot, hot like in China. Now I can have a contrast. China, it was probably the hottest. I don't know why that was. Maybe just the time that I was there. But it was just an ordeal, just getting through these masses of people. And if I wasn't lost, I would have enjoyed the experience a little bit more. But I was just frustrated, so I wasn't really engaging or interacting. And towards the end, I was just, irritated and pissed off because um, this whole day I've been walking. I walked from, um, well, yesterday morning. I woke up. I was in the hotel in P. Burgos, and I checked out, and I walked from Makati to Malate. And as anyone knows, it's quite a distance. It probably took me like a couple hours, but I enjoy doing it because I first of all, I hate traffic, and I have enough of that in LA. I don't enjoy getting into a car, and on top of that, with the probability of a taxi, you know, screwing me and trying to sell me shit, and I just get bored with all that stuff. Anyways, I got a small backpack, so why not? That's what I want to see. I want to go out into the city and meet people, or maybe just walk around and not talk to anybody. Um, so I said, okay, I got a good walk in. I wasn't expecting to get another 4-hour walk in after that, especially against my own will. And I was just walking around with a beating. And it started to frustrate me because people were sending me in all kinds of directions, and I'm getting a spam call. I'm going to decline it. So that was kind of my first day, and after that ordeal, I was just exhausted. I went up to my hotel room, and it's a really nice, little, comfortable room for $30. I think at the beginning of this video, I shot, the view. I'm on the 7th floor. It's a really nice view. I got home, and I go, oh God, it's my last day in Manila. What a waste, because I was just exhausted. I can see, I'm sunburned, and, my feet are aching, my back is aching, because of all the walking. Maybe I'm a masochist, but I'm gonna walk to the airport today because I really don't want to miss out, on the last few hours I'm in Manila, and so I want to try to see everything. Besides, after a while, being a former runner, it's just like you feel the pain, and after a while, the pain goes away, and you go in automatic, and you can walk anywhere. So, other than that, I crashed. I got some room service. I ordered some pasta because I really needed some comfort food. And I think the pasta cost me. I mean, they sent the pasta up. It's incredible. It's like $4 or something, with garlic bread, and I had a soft drink and everything. So, that's my ideal way to live. You order something, and you're paying a fair price for it. Um, and then after that, I crashed. I was just so exhausted, and I was aching all over, so I had to, just crash. But right around 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up because I'm still a little bit jet lagged. Um, I went downstairs. I walked around Ermita a little bit. There was like a little restaurant. I sat in the restaurant, and it was all full of, young people. I would say probably about 70% just girls all over the place. And I just, was being really standoffish because you can tell the girls are very inviting. They're just, they're flirting with you, and, they just, most of them are hookers. I mean, that's the truth. But alone, there's some, regular girls. And then I walked around their neighborhood a little bit because I just couldn't sleep. And it was great. I loved it because I just felt safe. I mean, there were a lot of characters, the beggars, people living on the street, people, trying to follow me. There was a lady, and she followed me for about a block, and I had to give her some attitude towards the end. And I go, look, don't follow me home. I want to be by myself. Thank you. Don't follow me. And I said it softly, but, sternly. And I think, but I've been with, the other day I was in Greenbelt, and I was just having a coffee, and some girl, attractive girl, but, she was a little bit disheveled. She came like a beeline to me because, I'm the big American, with money. And, she had very languid eyes and a very soft manner like Greta Garbo, and, she really let me know that, she didn't want a lot of money. She just wanted to go home with me, and I could give her whatever I wanted to. And I don't know, that just brought, a little bit of sadness to me. I don't know why. But I kind of spoke to her like for about 10 minutes, saying, no, 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 I got a headache, I'm tired, but, trying to be as nice as I can, without shooting her down. But at a certain point, I got up because it was awkward, and I go, I gotta leave. So I get up, I start walking around the mall, and she keeps on following me. And she wants to grab my arm and, please take me home, please. And, she's doing all this stuff, and I go, you know what, please don't follow me. I just, I had already bought her a coffee, but, she wanted more, and I don't know, usually I'm pretty hard, but, there was something very sad about her, and, that's what captivated me about her. And finally I said, look, I'll buy you something, but then you got to let me go, okay? And she goes, mm-hmm. But she was, every time she spoke to me, very kind of sexy, looking deep in my eyes, like, she's waiting for me to kiss her or something. So we go into the Starbucks. She orders a caramel frappe, or I don't know what that shit is. So I go, okay, she's going to wait for the caramel. And I, as soon as we order, I buy it for her, and I just go, okay, nice meeting you. And I just leave run out the door because, I know that caramel is more important to her than I am. I mean, in reality, there's nothing special about me. But I just brought up that story, like many others, about this kind of thing going on, and it's for me, it's just wonderful entertainment. You know, at the time, I mean, afterwards, when everything, I mean, she wasn't a serial killer or anything, so I can laugh about it and I can get some levity over it. But at the moment, it's a little bit awkward, a little bit uncomfortable. But um, I I came to Asia or the Philippines because I want to be uncomfortable. I want to, you know, you know, throw out all the crutches, and I came to what I consider kind of like the moon, and I got to learn to breathe, how to walk, how to, you know, think, rethink my brain and all the programming. So I couldn't ask for anything better. So, anyways, I gotta get ready. I'm gonna start my walk to the airport, and I'm gonna fly into Palawan this morning. I should be arriving there around 12:15, and they say there's really heavy rain. So I'm gonna stay in Puerto Princesa, and I'm gonna wait for my cousin Agi and his wife Gretchen, and I'm gonna meet up with them at some point there. So, anyways, I just wanted to catch up. See you later.